which reminds me of my first therapy experience. Sorry, just trying to adjust here. There we go. So, title of this video, I'm going to talk about the fact that I am a homemaker. There's a fly in here, but my cat's in here, so also he's going to catch the fly. So that's actually a good thing to keep him occupied while he's in here without food, water, litter box. So I'm only going to be in here for like another hour or so. But let's talk about the fact that I'm a homemaker, not in the literal sense of the word that is traditionally known as a wife and mother, but in the sense that I'm making a home for myself. So homemaker, I guess construction workers could be called homemakers. People who design could be called homemakers. But basically, this is my home that I'm making. This is my living room slash kind of like creative area where I play the piano and I make clothes, or I'm aspiring to make clothes and just have some extra stuff that I need to sort out. This is my kitchen, which is not fully functional yet. It has a microwave and a refrigerator at least, so that will be in the future powered. I'm making a home. I'm not done with the home. So, and then this is my ladder up to my loft, which is actually complete. So my bed is up there in storage space, which I can sleep in at any time. And this is going to be like my craft area where I make my pet beds and all that stuff that I'm planning on using it for. And this is my bathroom where I have some pictures hanging, or like a pretty painting up already. My walls are getting done. I still need to do the floor, the rest of the plumbing, the rest of the walls, the bathtub. So basically, I'm a homemaker and I'm making my home as we speak. And I also wanted to talk about some stuff. We'll get personal. I'm an open book. So on this channel, hi Sophia, you're listening, yay. So on this channel, I have done a lot of like feminine things, I guess. Hair growth, like teeth, like all the things that you have seen me do basically has been pretty like innocent and like constructive, and talking about mental health, talking about this, my house, talking about Christmas or like holidays or things around the house or cooking, or I don't know if I did a lot of cooking, but I'm planning on doing a lot more cooking, especially now that I'm on the keto diet. But like, it seems that I'm naturally more feminine and sensitive, and over the years since I started YouTube, which I was like 24, I have had an idea in my head of what my channel will look like. And like at first I was like, yeah, I can do it. I can be famous. I can do all the things like my role models on YouTube have done. So I can like be popular. I can talk fast. I can do jump cuts. I can um do adventures. I can like all this stuff. And to name some of them is like to compare what I kind of wanted to do with my channel. Um, so like Colleen Ballinger was one of my biggest influences. Also Jenna Marbles and and Jake Paul and David Dobrik and Liza Koshy and Gabby Hanna. Um, Joshua DTV was one too before they divorced, but um, so those were my inspirations. Like internally, I kind of want to be just like them or whatever. Um, but you kind of are what you are, and to give you some backstory on my life is thank you, Sophia. You're really pretty and you're really interesting. Thank you. Um, give you some backstory on my life is um I was raised in a 2-parent home with me and my 8 siblings. My mom stayed home and took care of the house, took care of the kids, took care of the uh, gardening, and my dad was a police officer. And my bringing upbringing was to go to church every Sunday and every Wednesday. Um, and we had like a particular church that we would go to and fellowship with different people. And we also attended some meetings across the state of California. So my upbringing was to be a Christian, to be a servant of the Lord, and to like by example what my parents did um, is to nurture the home, to have strong family values, to um, um, also another thing is, oh my god, what's happening? I don't know. Another thing was to like be homeschooled and to kind of figure out your calling through like play and which is kind of interesting is like how I ended up at a therapist years ago who was a child family therapist and had a whole bunch of toys and figurines and things like that. And she like did therapy through play for her younger clients. Um, but basically my childhood was a lot of play. So we would do things like play office, play courtroom, play um, acting, play dress up, play comedy. So a lot, ignore the hate girly pop, thank you. So a lot of my um, nature after childhood was to experiment with different things, different career paths, different people, different styles, make clothes, um, make create things with my hands, like blankets and um, childcare. I During my childhood, I even took care of my niece and nephew. So that was an important part of my life, or a big chunk of my life is to take care and be kind of like a servant to my sister with her children and with cleaning. So this house has just been like an extension, accumulation of my skills, my ideas, my lifestyle, my health, my mental health, all kind of like rolled into this kind of like physical thing that I really do want to pursue. And I told my boyfriend last night that I am going to pay off all my debt and become a trad wife, with or without him. Like, either if we get married or whatever, we're gonna have I'm gonna have the same type of like lifestyle choices following me to even another state. So, but also if we don't work out, or if we like decide to stay long distance, then I'm literally just gonna be like a trad wife in my own house that I built myself, being a homemaker on YouTube. So that's kind of like my idea going forward, is like um, keeping up with my passions and healthy living, and um, showing you guys by example of like what I believe in my belief system to be, oh, what my upbringing has taught me that I can be personally. Or I Not that I can be, like, I've done a lot of different things outside of the home, so I know I can be those things, but is it the most fulfilling for me, since I have had so much training in being a homemaker and um, being compassionate and understanding towards other people and caring, taking care, and doing duties to like continuously run a home yourself, like taking care of yourself, taking care of children if there ever are, your spouse if you ever have one. Like, I try to take care of my boyfriend with like keeping our conversations going. The Basically the only way I can is like to like show affection through words, and sometimes actions, like sending him gifts, or like noticing different things about him. Thank you. That's so sweet. You're very understanding and relatable. Thank you. Um, but like, I feel like this house is just like my own practicing ground for, if my boyfriend is the one, then eventually getting all the skills down in that relationship, or like before that relationship, like in this house, like doing all the things, cleaning, cooking, laundry, like taking care of myself, taking care of my animals. Like um, Calvin's in here, but he's like hiding. I don't know why. But I have a dog, a cat, another cat, and a bunny. So I need to get used to those responsibilities if I want to be a trad wife for real. so, yeah, this is really fun. So, my idea is like, I think I said this in the last live stream, but my idea is to like quit my job in September, which I'm a phlebotomist, and my cat's and my dog's names. So Shyla is my dog, and Calvin is my indoor cat. Alexis is my outdoor cat, and Velvet is outside too, but he's my bunny. Um, but yeah, I'm excited. Like quitting my job in September, um, paying off debt, um, as a phlebotomist. I'm not going to be a phlebotomist anymore for now, but I do have the 2 years experience just in case. But I will be posting a lot more of my life and different things that I'm interested in. I'm 31. Seventh level says, how old are you? I'm 31. I have a cat and bunny. Oh, nice. So I will be posting a lot more. I will have more time to go to church and meditate and like pray and be there for my friends and my family, and I will have more time to cook and clean and everything like that. And what I plan to do to supplement my income if I'm not making income from YouTube is to Uber drive. Um, Also, I make pet beds and I make them and I sell them. You have a good soul. Oh, thank you. I make them and I sell them, and I plan to keep on making them and selling them to supplement my income. And all of those things require motivation, but also I can do them at my leisure. Right now, I go to work from 8 to 4:30 every day, Monday through Friday, and then every third Saturday, I have to go into work from 7 to 12. And then a lot of the time, I don't have much time to feel motivated to do basically anything. Work is stressful. I used to think it was nothing compared to like a lot of other jobs that I've had, but coming back to Stockton and just having, I'm, I'm in Stockton. I forget that I shouldn't say that online, but I used to think that it was a lot less stressful than other jobs, but even a lot less stressful is still stressful. So I am happy that I'm retiring, I guess, from phlebotomy. It will be good. Calvin! I don't know. She is married. Are you married or single? I'm a homemaker in the sense that I built my own home, but I'm not married. My boyfriend is a guy who lives in Georgia, and we're doing long distance while I build my house and live in it. and do YouTube. But yeah, my ideas for my YouTube channel were a little bit out of my ability when I first started. Oh, thanks. So sorry, I meant boyfriend. Yeah, I have a boyfriend. Yeah, all those role models that I had liked to watch, I can never be. That sounds like bad, but it's true. Like, you are what you are. There's Calvin. You are what you are. You're raised a certain way, and it's just sometimes you can break out of it, but sometimes you can't. Once you're in a gang, it's hard to get out. I'm not in a gang. I just like to pretend like I am sometimes, jokingly. So yeah, I am simple, I guess. And this is my cat, Calvin. He is the cutest cat in the world. The cutest cat in the world. Yes, you're so cute. Have you ever been interested in any sports? That's a good question. I took a PE class in college. After being homeschooled, I went to college. So, the PE class was volleyball, and I really liked that sport. But no, I've never been on a team or coached or really anything like that. I've only watched other people play and be on teams and stuff. Like my friend back in the day had a softball team that she was on, and then my ex-boyfriend's sister was on a team that I went and watched. And then I've watched baseball games in person, hockey games. But I do like football and Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, so that's a whole nother subject for another video. Yeah, I've been not too into it, but it is fun. Sports can be fun, just in moderation, I think. Because my boyfriend likes to watch sports like all the time, like every single day, different sports, football, basketball, like baseball, everything. Thank you. You just subscribed. Thank you. I appreciate that. Bro, you look like a diamond. Ooh, a diamond. I know where you got that phrase from. Bridgerton, this season's diamond. That's a good one. Bridgerton is all about like marriage and matching up. Like, it's a giant matchmaking show from the old times. And I think my boyfriend's gonna get me Netflix tonight. You like my hair? Thank you. I think my boyfriend's gonna get me Netflix tonight, and then I can watch it tomorrow because it comes out tomorrow. I'm excited. I'm drinking these Perrier's. This mineral water has lithium in it, if I'm not mistaken, and lithium is something that I am lacking right now. Lithium helps with depression. Oh, I love Netflix. Yeah, my boyfriend usually gets it for me, but sometimes he's lazy and he lets it go a couple weeks without it. He usually buys me like 6 months at a time because that's how much time he thinks we're gonna be together. No, I'm kidding. It's just like, I don't know, increments. So, what else can we talk about? Let's talk about my dating history, okay? It's a little crazy, but like, so, you know how I just like told you all about my childhood and what I am have experienced and what my life consisted of throughout. Well, that brings me to my dating. Yes, he's right here. His name's Calvin. So when I turned 18, I had this idea that like I would find someone and I would marry them right away. And so when I found someone, he was younger than me, and so like no possibility of getting married right away. So basically that was a bust. But he wanted to progress it, and like he was a Christian guy, but like he wanted to go way too fast, and going fast like that would be illegal. So I did not. And I think like it was hard to find someone who you can just like meet and then marry and do all that stuff. Because again, I was raised in church and I thought that was the idea of dating, is to like get married and stuff. And like I went through some other boyfriends. You have to set the boundary somewhere when it comes to that. Yeah, true. I had another boyfriend who had a girlfriend that I didn't know about. And that became a big old thing. But when I wasn't giving out, basically, he was not interested after a little while of dating. And he decided to break up with me. And like a year later, I found out that he was cheating on me the whole time. And so that didn't work out. Thank the Lord Jesus in heaven. Christ Almighty, thank you. Because that guy is an actual psychopath. And then after that, sorry. After that, I met this guy that was actually pretty cool. But I didn't feel like all that connected to him. I didn't feel like he was the one. I just kind of like was happy to date him. Hello, have a new sub from Virginia. Yay! I was just kind of like happy to date him. I could play the role of good girlfriend and like take care of him and like be good with him and all that. But I didn't see anything long term, so I ended it. And um and then another, let's just go through all of my dating history. I don't think I can even keep track of it. um Next, I dated someone who um after that I dated someone who was a good friend to me for a very long time. And we were long distance, and we would talk to each other on the phone for long periods of time consistently, and talk on the internet for long periods of time consistently. And we ended up getting very close, and I ended up going to see him. And when I saw him, yes, there was a connection, but I was like scared because I was very young. I was 18 or 19, and like we went through a whole vacation together. And when I went home, we were on a video call, and um, there was like a show your feet. I will too. There was like a video call that I made with him, and he gave me like this look, like I'm gonna marry you kind of look, and that like freaked me out, and I had to end it right then and there. I was like, I can't do this without socks. No thanks. I was like, I can't do this. How are you, my friend? I'm good. So I was like, we can be friends, but I don't want to date you. I was scared, and he lived far away, and it was hard to let him go after that. So I just kind of like kept on talking to him as a friend. I just kind of like wanted to go back to how it was, but it was hard to go back to how it was because it was more emotional and more deep than it had been before. And um, I think you did the right thing. Show the left one. Oh my goodness. So it it was more emotional and more deep, but I was still free to like date other people. And that's what happened, is like I started liking this guy in town, or he was in the military and he was in town for a couple weeks, and I had known him from before. And I, from like when I was 16, I went on a date with him and with my sister, and I'm a huge fan already. Thank you. Put some shorts about feet and soles. No, I don't have a foot fetish. Sorry. Um. So I started liking this other guy, and like the guy that I had just dated was kind of jealous about it, and like things started to be more rocky with that guy. So I just told him like, I'm dating someone else, I'm sorry. And so I had thought the guy from the military was my boyfriend, and when he left after spending like a lot of time together, um when he left, I like I like got a lot of messages from other women and telling me that they're planning their life together and he loves me and you need to stop visiting his family and you're crazy. And I'm like why are these random women saying these things? Like, you're telling each one like a lie or like a fantasy about what you're gonna promise them and all that stuff. So it was very heartbreaking when that happened, and that I was like uh very hurt because he would um not message me for days even though he's on and all this stuff. So that was a big, I'm 31. That was a big heartbreak. And I eventually said, hey, like, you're really wrong for doing all these things, and left him. And so, or he left me or whatever, or he wasn't man enough to leave me, so I had to keep on saying, I'm done, I'm done, I'm done. And then after that, yeah, there were a lot of people, a lot of experiments, I guess, to try to get like a good guy. So next, after that, I guess I kind of took a break. But I do remember meeting someone at my job. I worked at InShape, and they were like in town, but like he was like a famous guy, and I just knew him through my sister's boyfriend, who like kind of trained him and stuff. And he came into the gym and like asked me for my number, and then we kind of talked for a little while, and then after that he told me like to lose his number randomly, and I said, okay, that's fine. I loved your hair, thank you. So that didn't last, and then I guess it was around the age of 19 that I met my most, well, at the time, most serious boyfriend. I was like 19, working at this other job as a summer conference person, moving furniture and different things like that for UOP. And so I like met him, and we hit it off, and like he was really cute, really nice for the most part, had an edge, so kept making me come back to him even though I broke up with him a billion times for like the span of like 2 years. Where did I get them? My bracelets? These are from my boyfriend for our 1 year anniversary. But like, so that guy I dated for a long time, back and forth, breaking up, getting back together, breaking up, getting back together. And the reason why I kept on breaking up with him is because I think it's I don't know, I think it's like a fear of commitment or something, because when I knew he was like invested in everything, I knew he liked me, I knew like he was he cared for me, did things for me, and we were very affectionate. And he was like involved with my family, my parents, my siblings. I'm not married. I have a boyfriend. He went to church with me several times, met a lot of my extended church friends, and everything was good. But there was just like doubts in my mind, in my heart, in my body, like that I didn't fully want to commit to him. Like I didn't fully see us forever. And it was like a lot of like attitude switches during arguments, like some things that I didn't agree with, being raised the way that I was and then the way that he was were very, very different, and not the same morals. We had a lot of fun together though, like a lot of fun together, and it would have been just like it would have been just kept going, but he finally actually put his foot down and like did not speak to me, which is good that he did that, and I was able to move on and like find someone else to really, really deeply, spiritually, mentally fall in love with next. The next person that I fell in love with that I did not see coming, but it happened, and it was hard to handle mentally, physically, everything. Like my heart, like it was a lot of adrenaline, dopamine, serotonin, emotions, ideas, communication. It was a lot on my system, on my mind. I have Facebook, but I don't have any friends. Kindergarten was my favorite school grade. It was a lot. Like he was intoxicating. He was charming. He wasn't like the most romantic person, but we had like so much chemistry, and I know he loved me, and I know I loved him, and there was like no doubt about that either way. But we did end up arguing a lot, and like me get him like so mad to the point where he just like abandons me, and like so that wasn't good. And then after that breakup, I had a mental breakdown, and I ended up in the hospital taking a lot of drugs, a lot of medication, a lot of things I had to sort out in my brain after that one. And for a long time, let's say a year, I was 22, and then I did not date for like a year and a half, because mental breakdowns are very hard to deal with. They are. So I had to heal my brain, and it was very difficult to heal my brain. after that one. I'm talking like hallucinations, paranoia, delusions, anxiety, depression, like all of that. I had to re-grasp myself because I gave so much and my mind could not handle that being empty. Like my mind was so fragile and so frail that I needed to rebuild and grow and strengthen back those connections to reality. And I eventually did, after going to therapy, where they had the couch, like the vintage couch, and the toys and all that. Thank you. So I had to regain my mental health, and for the most part, after taking medication and like going to therapy and having my parents take care of me and my bills paid and my taking time off of work, I have had to regain my ability to drive, my ability to work, my ability to take care of myself, and to like I was disabled basically because of this relationship, and I had to be able to like be like I'm still disabled because of this relationship. I had to get my abilities back. And so after receiving my health back, by God, thank you, Jesus. I finally found myself in a friendship with a boy who lived far away. Again, just remember that you have many, many people who care about you and have your back no matter what, and don't let anyone let that take that away from you. Thank you. So I had to like do all that, and then I was in a friendship with this boy who lived far away, who was part of a church that I knew. Family knew him too. So very good connections there, and a lot of potential. And like I felt like I was in a high risk relationship, like anything could ruin it, and my mental health was out of the way that it could like last, and everything like if I had stayed mentally stable, then that relationship could have ended in a marriage. But I was finding like things about him that I did not agree with, and did not like I would not be able to condone the behavior. And so when I was like discovering that he's like controlling, and he likes to talk to my friends about me behind my back, and he likes to tell me that, oh, this person has more experience than you in a relationship, so they know how to talk to me and you don't, and all this stuff, I was immediately turned off and immediately started to go insane. So my mental health was crumbling, and my ability to trust him was not there anymore. I'm mad, get a grip. She is talking about important things. Get a grip. After you said I get lost in your beautiful eyes. But like my trust in him was breaking, and I was seeing similar patterns to the other relationship that drove me insane. And guess what? This relationship drove me insane too. And not as insane as the first time, but still very insane. Hallucinating, delusions, paranoia, anxiety, depression, all this stuff. But it's just that I was able to reel it in and control it better. But I did end up going to mental hospital. All my parents went to a meeting that he was at, and he was talking to my family on all this stuff. And when I got out of the mental hospital after my parents came back, I don't know if I think my mom was there when he called or told me that he was breaking up with me, but thank the Lord that he broke up with me, because I was letting him decide that. And I was letting him decide that, and like I wanted the relationship to work even though I was having a mental break from the relationship. So I just like had a good cry. I had a good cry about him breaking up with me. And then I was still healing in my mental health, and I was like, I was trying to like get it together, and I think it took me a few months to do that. After a while, I was stable again, and then at 24, I started to build my house, because even though that dream of the perfect connections, the perfect boy, blue eyes, blonde hair, tall enough, good kisser, like, even though those were all just ripped away from me for whatever reasons, or whoever was involved, and whatever attitudes and ideas they had about life. Even though that was ripped away from me, I still had my dream of becoming a homemaker. So I wasn't gonna let a boy stop me from my dreams. So I said, hello Queen, hi. So I said to myself, this is a time that you need to do something to preoccupy yourself. And after that, after I've started to build my house, I had noticed that another longtime friend who was like that famous person um, in the gym that I met, he was starting to pay more attention to me, and I was kind of dating him for a long time, but kind of not, focusing on the house, focus. I think I made up a new curse word. I was focusing on the house, focusing on my work, focusing on my school, but also had this guy had told that other boyfriend that he's dating me and this is my girl and blah 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 in our relationship, and I kept on telling him no, that's not true. Like, I am my own person and I'm dating you. And so I had ended a relationship that was very important to me, and that was like winning the lottery in the boy relationship department. But it turned out awful and like bad and earth shattering and mind breaking. So I told myself, like, you really need to get a grip. Like, you really need to get a grip. Like, your mind is the most important organ in your body, and it's not working right, and you need to figure out how can you make your dreams come true and that are obtainable, that don't involve um, guys or bad influence guys or like really harsh on my psyche. And so I told myself, like, do this. Like, this is fun. This is enjoyable. Do YouTube. Do all the bucket lists. Like, you might even not live that long since your mind is just like shot to hell. So I'm like, you can do this, like build a house, get a car, focus on family and friends, and um, keep yourself accountable. And that's when I had been already going to a church and like that I really liked, and I was very fond of all the people there. And I told myself, like, you're trying to be a Christian, but you're not like always a Christian when you're doing stuff like going out with this famous guy that likes to drink and smoke and all this stuff. What is my zodiac sign? I'm a Gemini. Um, so I gave myself things to do and things to achieve that I had already wanted to do for my life. And I kept that motivation through all the way up until now to like keep on achieving goals and doing the things that I like to do. And I don't know, I just like randomly dated some people. There was this one guy that was in Lodi that caused another mental break just because he was very similar to the other guy, and everything fell apart, and I was just kind of like not all the way healed. And your mind, when it breaks, it's most likely going to break again. So I was very careful with the dating aspect of my life. I needed to slow it down, and I needed to like choose people that I can love, but I know that cannot hurt me so much. So that guy just lied to me at first, and it wasn't even that big of a deal because like yeah, I liked him, he was cute and everything, and I wanted to date him, but there was like not the same kind, because your heart goes through so much, like after all that, like it's not the same. And uh so like he lied to me and then told me the truth, and then whatever, and like my mind was already broken, so like it broke again just for kind of like no reason. But I knew like through that break, like that's another story for another time, is like that break was very interesting, went through hospital stay and everything, so it went through a lot, and it had already been like used to going back and forth, insane, not insane, insane, and not insane. It was very nice chatting with you, but I have to go. Take care and have a good day. Goodbye, goodbye. I'm gonna end this video soon anyways, but so that was a very interesting break, and I went to the hospital and came out, and that guy met up with me at my home even though I wasn't allowed to go outside. He came in, and then again after that I just kind of like, I don't know, just kind of got rid of him somehow. I don't remember how. And then yeah, there was another time recently, like 4 years ago, for no reason, just because I liked someone and I liked another person and I liked another person. So I had like three people that I was kind of like, okay, that's interesting, okay, that's interesting, that's interesting. Like, okay, in that time frame, my mind was like, we don't care if anyone likes us. Me, myself, and I. That guy that I was dating on and off for a long time showed a lot of interest, and I kind of like, I don't know, I just like, I don't know, this isn't making any sense, but I just kind of like didn't want to do anything because I knew he wasn't the one. I don't know, there's lots of ones that can be ones, but I was already saying bonus round, like anything after what I went through, like bonus round, like love of my life, loss of my life, to quote Taylor Swift, done and done. And anything after that is just like an extra love of my life, and it can be in my love of my life, and then it can be a distance. It doesn't have to happen like I love that person, they love me. Another person at church like that I really liked, who was at the church that I had really liked, was interested, and I was interested, but the age difference. And then there was another guy in LA that immediately like love at first sight, and for me anyways, I don't know, can't speak for anyone else. And uh that just like never happened, and I was just having like a hard time juggling all these things and all these emotions. Like, I'm a very emotional person. Like, I have feelings for a lot of people, and when it's reciprocated, it's even worse. when it's like reciprocated, but slightly, that's even worse too. And distance makes the heart grow fonder. You meet someone and you just can't be with them because they're so far away. You don't even know if it will work anyways because you don't know their personality or their lifestyle or how they'll treat you. So I just kind of had a break because I wanted to have a break from life, I guess. And I treated that stay at the hospital as like a social experiment, or like trying to grieve all of the things that have happened, trying to put all the pieces back together again, and to exercise and to eat and to experiment with food and do vegan, um, vegetarian, like to watch other people, how they're, because people are very complicated. I have to watch people and like make sure that they're, I don't know. And it's even worse in like a hospital because you see the most strange things, but you still learn a lot even there. And you know, I'm just kind of living life. I'm just kind of vibing, you know. So basically that whole hospital stay is just like me trying to vibe and like, I don't know, do some communicating and like talking to family, friends, like listening to music, like doing art, like being interested in whoever is interested in me, which was like just a few people there, and nothing serious, just kind of like feelings, love feelings, or like feelings, and good conversations and interesting interactions. Um, so sending all my love. Thank you. So I get out of the hospital and I'm taking all these medications because the court ordered me to take medication. And it it's like a it's like you're ooh, ooh, it's like you're pumped with all these medications, and you kind of have to detox yourself out of the ones that are really hurting you and having huge side effects. Uh so for a long time I played the game of For a long time, I played the game of, oh, these medicines are helping me. Like, I will never not need them. Uh, I take 2 types of antipsychotics, and that's what my mind needs. Um, I take depression pills and all this stuff. And finally, I mean, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth into the mental hospital is not ethical, but like after getting off medication, it's not ethical to do that. But it's like sometimes you are taking too much medication, or you don't see all the bad things that are happening to you right away because of them, like weight gain, diabetes, heart disease. You don't see that right away, so you're thinking, yeah, this is working for me. And but eventually you're going to notice all the things. And sometimes, like, if you're having a break, you need the medicine. But eventually, after like 4 or 5 years, for me personally, I'm gonna have to like try to discover other things about my health that I can improve: diet, exercise, friends, family, like healthy relationships, like things like that that I need to improve. Also, including slight medication, uh, and always have that backup if it's needed to like take a medicine for a having psychosis or something. Um, so that's all. Medicine's always there, and my point is like it's been almost 5 years since that hospital stay, so I'm gonna um, get healthier, drinking my mineral water for lithium, and get healthier. Um, and then after that, let's see. For the last 5 years, 4 or 5 years, I've been chilling. Like, I've had a lot of relationships that I knew that weren't going anywhere, and they were good, but only for the time. And um, I've I've looked at relationships a lot more healthy. That it's not the end of the world. That if it ends, and that it's I've been through so much that I know that probably will never experience that kind of hurt again, because I know how to like regulate my emotions better, or not. I already know how they feel, and before I was brand new in being in love and trying to give it my all and stuff. So now I know what to do, and life is a constant schedule of different things. Um, so you just like schedule your life like one thing after another, and do those tasks, and eventually the heartbreak will like start to ease up, or even you'll always have it, but you're still living, you're still breathing, you still have to do the things that you want to do in your life. And um, yeah, dating after that was pretty simple. Like, even if something terrible happens, I'm still able to snap out of it and just move on. And like, I've had a lot of almost, or what ifs, or like go on a few dates, talk to for a few weeks, and then post it on Facebook or Instagram, and people see it and like they think that I'm in a relationship over and over and over and over and over and over again. And so, but nothing came out of that for the most part, except for Ryan, who I'm with now, and I'm very happy with. And I love him, he loves me, and we're happy together, and we support each other, and we go through our day reminding each other of our love for each other, and our attentiveness to communicate, and eventually see each other. And he was very supportive of my work and wants me to keep doing things that I enjoy. And so like what I plan to do is like just be a homemaker eventually, and money will not be the center of my universe. Um, like having a full-time job is hard to not think about money and where it's going and how it's going to be spent, and so I'll spend a lot more time just home cooking and cleaning and doing art and selling beds and driving and making videos and doing things that I love, and having animals and taking care of them and feeding them and cleaning them, and yeah, it's a good deal. It's a good deal. So that is the conclusion of how I am a homemaker. And I think the first thing that I wanted, or that I pointed out, was like, oh, if you're a homemaker, you have to have a husband or whatever. But as I have described, a lot of things did not work out. And so, and it had not worked out for a long time. Like, I've always had a plan of being a homemaker, but the component of like study partner had not worked out, and my mind had not worked out. So it's still a dream of mine, but I'm doing it in a different way, interesting way, and also have the support and love of a partner. I call him my partner a lot instead of my boyfriend, but I mean, he's my boyfriend, and having a boyfriend is a partner, so I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna end our rambly ranty video here and go inside in my parents' house, because that's where we live right now until our house is being done. So yeah, I will talk to you in the next therapy episode. That was a lot. I will talk to you later. See you next time. Bye.